welcome back to Bill and the Boys. It's time for our weekly catch-up. It's our penultimate weekly catch-up for November. Next week will be the last one, and then we're going to go full Christmas. And as I said, we're going to keep it a relatively Christmas-free zone until December 1st, where all bets are off and we're going pure Christmas. That's what I've been up to. Quite a lot, actually. So we've been going hammer and tong on the Disney Doll's House for the past few days, because I've got to catch up. I fell behind massively with Disney Doll's House, like 2 months backlog of stuff, which we have hacked through. So 94 is done. It's not up on the channel yet, so that might be up later on tonight. If not, it'll be up tomorrow. The other thing I've got to do is Tumblr. So I've got 6 tumblers to do. It's not going to take long. It really won't, but that's next. So Tumblr, if you're waiting for Tumblr is going to be up. So 6 tumblers, that's 35 to 40 will be up probably tomorrow, if not Saturday morning. And then come Saturday morning, the Titanic will be arriving. So Titanic should be here either Friday or Saturday. And I'll do this straight away. I never sleep on Titanic. Titanic turns up, I'm all over it. I love Titanic. So as soon as Titanic is here, I mean, it barely hits the doormat and I'm building it. So Titanic will be up this weekend as well. I did think Disney Doll's House was coming this weekend. It's not. It's next weekend. I don't know. So it's next weekend for more Disney Doll's House. Speaking of which, it's looking really nice. So we've done the bulk of the roof is now done. We've tiled it all. There's some decorative elements to go on there, a bit more tiling, but it's looking lovely. It's looking really nice. Now it's starting to actually look like a doll's house. It looks finished now, you know. Before it just constantly looked a building site, but it's now starting to look really good. It's come together lovely. It really has, and I can't wait to see it finished. I can't. It's been fun. It's been a hell of a journey. The doll's house, and nearly 2 years in. Same as Titanic. Next month will be 2 years in on Titanic. So they both started within, I think, a week of each other. I think we did Titanic first, and then the Doll's House was up for the following week. But both of them started in December of 21. So yeah, we're 2 years into both now. And we'll be ending the journey on both of them next year. So Doll's House finishes first. That finishes in May. Now, there is the optional extension, which I am doing, so I'm going to keep going. But the actual main build itself is done. There's no reason to touch the house again. It's done. And Titanic will finish. Halloween is when it's supposed to finish. So Halloween of next year is supposed to be when Titanic is ready to set sail. That should be all complete. Spare it any delays with post, you know, because theoretically it should have finished earlier. But if you can remember, you cast your mind back to last year, we had all the postal strikes, which just everything kind of fell out of sync. They caught up a little bit, but we're still a little bit behind. I mean, fingers crossed that doesn't happen this year. It probably will. Fingers crossed it won't. But it's good now. So I mean, Titanic has come along lovely. All these models come to an end, which leaves me space for something new. So hopefully we will start to get some news on the Lancaster bomber. So the Lancaster bomber should be launching in about 4 weeks' time. I hope. Because that's what we want to do, and we'll get news to, you know, if any severe changes have happened to it. I don't think anything too severe could have happened to it. I might be wrong, but I don't think so. For those of you that are subscribed to Fanhome's ET, that is now being shipped out in France. So a lot of French builders have received their ETs this week, which means in the UK you're so close to getting it. I think it's about a week's time, a little over a week. I think it's sort of second week of December you're due to get them. So a little over a week to go and you'll start getting your ETs. You might get them earlier, I don't know. But you'll start getting them. And you get a lovely bit to begin with. I mean, you get his face. That's the first thing you get is his face, which is good. I mean, again, it's a lure-me part, but it's nice. I don't know where you go after that. I don't know. In the original trial, it was face, skull, I suppose we would call it, eyes, and finger. Where you then go after that, I don't know, because as we know with part works, the first 4 parts to any part work typically don't go anywhere. You end up, you know, a long time before you use them. I mean, if you look at Titanic, we did the forecastle. we haven't touched that since. We're 2 years in and we haven't touched the forecastle since. It's similar to the Doll's House. So the first four of the Doll's House, we built the front doors. We don't use those front doors until issue 117, I believe. So it'll be 2.5 years since we built those doors before you use them again, but you build them with the first four parts. And I would imagine E.T.'s the same. As you're building his face, I would imagine once you built his face, you go into the feet. I would imagine, I could be completely wrong, but you can go into the feet. Now, he is different. Having seen what I've seen of him, if you're expecting this kind of structure like that, that's not what it is at all. He tends to be a central, only about that big, like a frame in the middle. And then what that body's going to be made of, I don't know if it's solid or not, but he's quite hollow. From what I've seen, he's actually quite hollow. The central part is where all the workings are going to be. The thing I'd liken it to more than anything, so it's naturally getting likened to Terminator and Alien, whereas I'd say he's probably got more in common with the R2-D2 build than he has the Terminator and Alien builds, because even though the Terminator and Alien have movement, the movement was bloody limited, wasn't it? On the Terminator, the movement is minimal, as is the Alien. With the exception of what the head and the mouth does, the rest of the Alien doesn't do anything. Same with the Terminator, with the exception of the head, the rest of it doesn't do anything. Whereas E.T., the arms move. There's a lot going on with the face. The neck goes up and down. The chest pulses. So there's a lot going on with him. So I'd say he's more robot than he is figure. If you look at another way, the Batman that should, I believe, be launching next year with Hachette in the UK does even less than the Terminator and than the Alien. It does close to nothing. Bizarrely, the eyes on the original one, the eyes lit up. I don't know why, because Batman's eyes don't light up. But on the original test run, the eyes lit up white. I don't know, okay. But as far as I can see on the one they make at the moment, I don't think it does anything. I don't think there's anything at all. I think the sound, and there probably is some light somewhere, but as far as I'm aware, no, he doesn't do anything at all. So this is why E.T., I'd say, is more of a robot than it is a figure. It's got a lot going on with it. So there's a lot of sensors all over his body, and touching certain parts of his hand makes him do different things, and waving your hands in certain places makes him do different things. The neck goes up and down. It's not just the eyes that move. There is facial features to that thing. So he will. It's very nice. It is a very nice model, and I would really like to build it. But as I've said before, I've got to be realistic about what I can and can't do, and I don't know where I'd put an ET, to be honest with you. Not a clue. Still want one, but I don't know where I'd put him. Something else we did, which you can see on the shelf behind me over there, is we did the FO, the Funhole Saloon. It's gorgeous. It's the first one of their new Wild West range, and it's really nice, really nice. The interior of it is hands down the best interior to not just an FO set, to any set that I've done. It looks stunning. When it's lit up, it looks absolutely amazing. There's a video on the channel. You can go and see the saloon there. It's lovely. It's got an $89.99 price tag, which is a bargain for something that's over 2,000 pieces and comes with a light kit. It's a steal. If you've liked any of those Funhole models that I've built on the channel, they have got a Black Friday sale coming up. So Friday this week through to Cyber Monday, they've got up to 60% off. A lot of those are live at the moment. If you go to the saloon video that I've got up there, there's also a 10% discount code in there, so you can seriously take advantage. Honestly, massive savings on these things. You can get some of those 80, 90 quid sets are 40, 50, 60% off, reduce them down to 30 quid in some cases, which is remarkable. So if you've had your eye on one and thought I'd quite like to do one, now's very much the time. I have got another one coming from them. So I've got a much smaller set. So they did the little car, which you might have seen me do. That is the smallest set they've done, that little car. But they've got the smallest building they've done so far. So the very smallest building model they've done to date is being released soon. And I will have that for you. So it's on its way. So I'll be able to do a review of it. It looks like this. So again, it appears that's a new first one of a new theme. It does look deco enough that it could fit into steampunk, but it's part of kind of a new city theme. So they don't do just outright city; they do the great outdoors, things like that. But that little newsagent's there is the first one of a new series, and it's a little one. So I mean, it'll be about a 30-40 quid set, comes with lights and whatnot. But it is the most affordable way to try one of these out if you're into them. So we'll have that soon. Other things we got coming up with Christmas coming. So I will be absolutely littering the channel with content through Christmas. The plan is to upload once a day for 31 days through December. And possibly more than once a day, because I'm going to try and bang in as much as we can. So we're going to have everything. So we're going to have, it won't just be model builds, we'll have model builds and the catch-ups. There'll be 4 catch-ups through December. There'll be all of our normal model builds. So we'll be having Gauntlet, Tumbler, Titanic, Doll's House. I've got Book Nooks coming up for December as well. I've got a couple of little builds that will be coming up. I've got a few Christmas crafts we're going to be doing. I have got our Christmas movies for people who don't like Christmas movies feature. Something else we're going to be doing as well is we're going to give you a full rundown of all of the movies that are going to be available for streaming over Christmas and what our recommendations are. So if you're looking for something in that sea of new releases that comes out over Christmas, we'll be telling you what we recommend across all the major ones. So that'll be across Sky, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, Apple TV, and Paramount, as well with the terrestrial channels. So we'll tell you exactly what we're going to be watching and things that we recommend you watch if you haven't checked them out yet, because there is tons being released. And I think over the past couple of days, most of the major streaming services have all said, this is our Christmas lineup, this is what we've got. The only ones that haven't revealed what they're doing yet are the terrestrial channels. And let's face it, the terrestrial channels, whatever they're releasing, is 3 years old, typically, when it comes out. Like, oh yeah, I remember that movie when it came 3 years ago. So it is what it is. But you never know, there might be some winners in there. We always watch, without fail, every year. We watch the Christmas Ghost Story. For those of you outside of the UK, you might find this a weird concept, but in the UK, ghost stories at Christmas are a tradition, a somewhat forgotten tradition. But ghost stories at Christmas were very much a thing, and that's when they were ideally told. And that sounds odd. And some of you in the UK might be thinking, really? Swear to God. A tradition at Christmas was ghost stories. Telling ghost stories by the fire on Christmas Eve was a tradition. It sounds weird, but imagine you got a nice open fire going. It's dark, it's quiet. You think of a better time to read a scare story? So that's they've always shown a ghost story for Christmas on BBC Two. Some are great, some don't really land, but there is a new one this year, and we'll be all over that. So when we've got the details about which one it is and when it's going to be on, we'll let you know, because they're worth checking out, and they do repeat a lot of them. So if you check BBC 4, you'll probably see the last 4 or 5 that they've done will be on Christmas week, and they're a lot of fun, you know. Ghosts. So if those of you that watch the sitcom Ghosts has got a Christmas special this year, my little boy Jack is absolutely obsessed with ghosts. So we're looking forward to the Christmas special on that one. Something else we will be doing next weekend, so December the 2nd. If you are into the wrestling, if you are a big fan of the wrestling, December the 2nd next week, you can see former WWE superstar, former NXT superstar, and current TNA superstar Eric Young will be performing in Hannon, Bristol as part of Evolution Wrestling. Tickets are still available, and it's a hell of a lineup card. So you're going to have Eric Young versus CJ Rollins versus Tommy Sykes, and the winner gets a title shot on the Boxing Day show. There's also a 30-man Rumble. There's the first ever casket match for the Evolution Championship. It's going to be a hell of a night. It's a really good card. This is the poster for that event. Tickets are available now. They are really limited because, again, it's a hell of a show. And they are only £15 a ticket, which is nothing. You're getting about 3.5, 4 hours of wrestling for your money. And you're getting to see a WWE superstar. It's a bargain. It's a hell of a card, right? Honestly, it's a hell of a card. It's a hell of a night out. It's really good. There is also a meet and greet option. So if you'd like to meet and greet Eric Young and get autographs, photos, whatnot, that's an option as well. It's an absolute bargain price. So I will put the details down below. So if you want to get tickets for this, you can get tickets down below. There are 3 shows left. Sorry, 3 shows left to the year. There is one on Saturday the 25th in Hungerford. Then there is December the 2nd in Hanham, in Bristol. And then on Boxing Day, there is one in Gloucestershire. Which again looks like it's going to be a good one. If you're into the wrestling, honestly, it's a fantastic. It's such good value for money. You get hours of wrestling for not much money at all. It's what got Jack into wrestling. What made Jack want to become a wrestler was I took him to a live show, and it was at a time, I won't go into detail about it. I've mentioned this before. Jack wasn't doing great at the start of this year. He really wasn't. And the end of last year, he was in a fairly bad way, and I didn't like it. And as I've spoken about with Men's Mental Health on the channel, with it being Men's Mental Health Month, Jack was depressed. That's what was going on with him. He was very down, and I could see that he had depression, which is horrible to see on a boy who was 9 at the time. But that's what was going on, and trying to get him out of the funk. I was trying everything. I took him to the movies. I took him to, and just nothing was really doing it. So I was kind of, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to help him. And I was just trying anything to kind of get him sort of excited and back up to the happy little boy that he was. This hadn't come out of nowhere. There were events that led to this. But I took him to a wrestling show in the February. And I didn't even know if he liked wrestling or not. I'm just, we're going, that's it. So, and he just lit up. He absolutely lit up, and he cheered, he booed, he was back to Jack is what it was. And then halfway through the show, he says to me, I want to do this. This is what I want to do. And here we are. So we're a year in, and Jack's now a very accomplished wrestler, and he's just getting better by the day. And it's really nice to see. What have we been watching? Well, we haven't, but we're going to watch Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, Five Nights at Freddy's is going to be streaming on Monday. So if you, like me, have got kids that can't go and see it, as of Monday, you can rent it. It is a premium rental. So premium rentals in the UK are going to be 20 quid if you want to see it. Now, before you go, 20 quid. 2 tickets would cost you that. So if any more, that will cost you more than that. 2 tickets is going to cost you more than that. So look at it that way, right? If 3 of you are watching it, your quid's in. If more of you are watching it, you're even more quid's in, aren't you? It really ain't that bad. Why it was a 15, I have no idea. I don't know what's happened to sensibilities of recent, but it was kind of like at the start of the year, I went to see Megan, or Mithrigan to use its name. And how that was a 15, I don't even know, because there is nothing in it that warrants it being a 15 certificate. It's not graphic in the slightest. I mean, I suppose its implied threat is enough for them to go, this needs to be a 15. But I think you could have got 12 A's on these. I genuinely do. And Five Nights at Freddy's is the same. There's a lot of kind of implied threat, implied violence, but graphic, not really. Really not really. It would scare small children, but that's why you make it 12A, don't you? It gives the parents an option to make the decision that their kids are going to watch it or not, you know? But it is what it is. I've no problem with my kids watching Five Nights at Freddy's. I just don't. I don't. It's fine. It's just not. It's, put it this way, there's nothing in that movie worse or more graphic than what was in Raiders of the Lost Ark and the Temple of Doom. And we all watched that. There is nothing in those movies more graphic than what we saw in Jaws. Jaws is currently a 12A now. It's recertified. So, yeah. So, yeah, I don't care. So, we're renting it. We're watching it. On Friday this week, so this Friday, Violent Night is available on Sky. And I swear to God, it's so good. I mentioned it last week. Violent Night will be on Sky, and it's worth your time. It's Die Hard with Santa Claus. I know that sounds mental, but that is what it is. It's Die Hard with Santa via Home Alone, and it is a lot of fun. It really is. It's a great movie. We've still been ploughing through The Walking Dead, so we're about to start season 4 of The Walking Dead, and it's like, wow, 4 years worth to catch up on, and it's a lot. If you've seen it all before, it's a lot. I've been receiving emails from a lot of you about putting your name on the back of my house. Now, not my house, the doll's house. On the back of my doll's house, it is raw wood at the moment, all of it. It's just this massive pallet of raw wood. Now, I've mentioned before in the past, when I build a model, I hide messages inside them. So inside Iron Man, in his body, there's a message, and it states the URL of the channel. It gives the my name's on there. I wrote when I started building it, when I finished building it, and kind of a little message, and in it goes. And no one will ever know it's there. No one everyone's going to know it's there if he breaks or someone breaks him open. There's one inside Ecto 1, there's one in the Rootmaster, there will be one inside Titanic, there is one inside the Doll's House. So in the foundations of the Doll's House, there's a message stashed in there as well. Now, I have the idea of extending that. So on the back, it's all just raw wood, and all of that is going to get covered over. So I've sort of threw the feelers out there. If you would like your name on the back of my house, I'm going to put everyone's name on there. And then it would be, and the only people that ever know it's there, it's me and you. But don't tell anyone. I won't tell them if you don't tell anyone. And they'll all be covered up. But your name will be forever in the foundations of my house. And this came from friends of mine that live in Texas. There was quite a common thing they'd do out there where they'd buy houses that as they were being built, you could go and see the sort of wooden frame. And once it was up, they would invite friends and family round. And it was almost like a party where they would all write messages of support and things like that on the wooden frame and the beams of the house. So on my friend's house, my name and a kind of message from me is inside the structure of the house and the beams. I just thought it was a lovely thing. And I could do that with my doll's house. So people have been messaging me at the moment asking, oh, can I get my name on it? Can I get my name on it? If you like your name on it, let us know. If you email me at buildingtheboys@outlook.com and you want your name on the house, I'll put your name on the house. I'll happily put your name on the house. The space is going to be limited because it's now filling up quite dramatically. But we'll, if you've got a name or a message or whatever you want on there, we'll put it on there. And then you'll never see it again, but we'll know it's there. You'll know that your name is in there. And if anybody ever does peel back, they'll go, what's this? And they'll see it all on there. And there you go. I just think it's a lovely thing. And again, as I always say, it's not just about me. The channel is about all of us. So if I can include all of you in something that I've built, it's lovely, right? That's kind of what I want to do. So yeah, it's going to be a beautiful thing. It really is. We've got loads more coming up. Gauntlet, right? I'm not far behind on the Gauntlet. We've built all the Gauntlet. It's just editing it all is a bloody nightmare. So I've got 10 Gauntlet to catch up on, and I know there's 5 more Gauntlet on the way already. So that's going to be a lot. I'm trying to figure out what we're going to have to do before Christmas, because I think we are just going to drought up, to be honest with you. We've got Doll's House, which will be next weekend, so that'll be the first week of December. But Titanic is going to be... Titanic is either going to arrive like the 22nd, 23rd of December, or it's going to be after Christmas. Now, with postage the way it is, I wouldn't be surprised if it's after Christmas. It won't be massively after Christmas, it'll be before New Year's, but yeah. Batman's the same. I think Batman will turn up, the Tumblr will turn up around about the 27th, 28th, 29th if we're lucky. So it's going to be weird. Theoretically, the Batman we've just done might be it for the year. It might be, because of the 6-week cycle. We might not see another Batman this year. I hope we do, but we might not. But we will have, as I said, if everything goes according to as it normally does, I would imagine the Bomber will be in stores on Wednesday the 27th of December. I think that's likely. And that'll be good. That'll be really good if that happens. With regards to, I did mention something that I was planning on doing, and with regards to that, I can confirm I am going to do it. So there is going to be a live build on New Year's Eve, but it's not just come and watch me build something. It is a build along. So I'm inviting all of you to build the same thing with me at the same time. And we're going to race the clock. We're going to try and get it built before the clock strikes midnight. So if we're done an hour before, we'll just chill and have a chat, won't we? If we're not done in time, we'll be all right, won't we? So we're going to have some drinks, we're going to have some laughs, we're going to have some talk, and we're going to build a model together. I will tell you what that model is going to be on the next catch-up. So on the next catch-up, I will tell you exactly what that model is going to be. I'll give you links to where you can go and get one. It is not expensive, so I'm trying to keep this as low as possible. So this model is under 20 quid. That's what I can say. I'm trying to get it under 15 quid, but it's definitely under 20 quid. So if you would like to build along with me on New Year's, if you've got no plans, like I never have any plans on New Year's, and you want something to do on New Year's, why not come and join old Scotty and build a model with me? It'll be fun, right? And we'll start early. And we'll pace ourselves so we can have regular breaks and bathroom breaks and beer breaks and whatever other breaks we need. But I've never done a live stream before. I've been on live streams on other channels, but I've never done a live stream myself. So it's going to be interesting. And the more I drink, the less sense I'm going to make, I expect. But it'll be fun. So if you want to join in, if you want to join along, please do. It'll be a lot of fun. We are also going to do a Christmas Ask Me Anything. So we've done Ask Me Anythings before and they've been fun in the past. I've still got like 9 questions, I think, from the last one that I did get around to. So we'll get through some of those. But if you would like to ask me anything, and I will answer, you would have seen from the last ones, I'll answer your questions. Submit a question to buildingtheboys@outlook.com. When you do, put in the title of the email, Ask Me Anything, because I won't read them. My wife reads them. She writes them out. So when I open them up on the actual stream, I don't know what they are. My wife pulls no punches, so she'll throw it. She doesn't fill it ready out. If one's submitted, it goes in. So yeah, if you want to ask me something, ask me anything. It doesn't have to be about modelling. It could be about anything at all. There are only 2 things I will not answer. Well, there's one thing I will not answer. There's one thing that I'll answer right now. You don't have to ask. The one thing I want to answer is, what do I do for a living? Can't tell you. Even if I wanted to, I can't tell you. That's why I'll never answer that. And the other one is, what does your tattoo say? It says Nevermore. My tattoo says Nevermore. The tattoo you keep seeing on this arm here reads Nevermore. It's from the poem The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. That is what my tattoo reads, and that is one of my most asked questions. That and when is the Hogwarts Express coming are the 2 questions I get asked the most. Nevermore, couldn't tell you. I don't know. Hogwarts Express, I think, is over. I think if we were going to see it, would have seen it by now. Now I've said that, they'll throw it out. Because it's like, I think I did this with E.T. I think I said I can't see E.T. go into a full run. Like a week later, E.T.'s gone to a full run. So you never know. Maybe that's how I get your Hogwarts Express. But I said I can't see Hogwarts Express ever being released. And they go, oh, we've released Hogwarts Express. So there's that. There are some fantastic Black Friday deals at the moment over at Fan Home. So if you are interested in building anything at the moment, so particularly the gauntlet, you can get a massive 20% off your entire sub. That is huge savings. Head over to Fan Home and take advantage before it disappears, because that's worth doing. There are so many early Black Friday offers on model stuff. It's ridiculous. So if you're looking to get Row Life models or Roka models or book nooks, now is very much the time. Amazon, those sales have already started. You can get over there. There are big savings to be had. The Funhold stuff, also the JM Bricklayer stuff, is all on Black Friday sales. You can get some absolute bargains on those, and you can use the discount codes I've given you. Even Hachette have got in on the game. There's some very minor Black Friday stuff going on over there, but they do have Black Friday stuff. Fan Home's got Black Friday. I don't know if Agora are doing anything with Black Friday. I haven't seen anything. But it's definitely with D'Agostini are as well. So D'Agostini, which is the kind of normal modelling arm of Fan Home, you can head over to D'Agostini, same thing. They've got those same sort of massive discounts on some of this stuff, and it's definitely worth a look. If you're up in an hour and thinking, I'd like to pull the trigger, now's the time to pull it when you can get a whopping. I mean, some of these subs are getting 200 quid off, 200 quid plus. That's huge. That's huge. That's not to be sniffed at, man. It really isn't. That is about all from me, is it? Yeah, it is. If you want to contact me, you can contact me with buildingtheboys@outlook.com, where I will answer any questions, or you can submit a question to Ask Me Anything at buildingtheboys@outlook.com. If I can help with anything, I will help where I can. It's Men's Mental Health Month, so we have a talk on the channel. If you are struggling, as I said, it is not a hollow gesture when I say contact me. Contact me, seriously. If you've got no one to speak to, I will speak to you. I will. So trust me, I will. And it's important to speak. Check in on your fellow man as well. It's what keeps us all. It's what keeps us all around. You know. That is all from me. I'm going to go. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice. I will see you either later on tonight with the Dizzy Dolls house or tomorrow along with the Batman tumbler. And then come the weekend, Titanic. That's all from me. I will see you very, very soon. Take care. And yeah, until next time, in a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice. I'll see you then.